Thank you all so much for tuning in to Connect. We're here at the Woodruff Arts Center for Build Tech Week, and sitting beside me is Don Bowden. You are the CEO of BuilderChain.
That's correct.
And tell us about BuilderChain.
Well, BuilderChain's a startup. We're looking to bring a construction network to the industry that's based on blockchain and artificial intelligence to provide a higher level of productivity and efficiency for the industry. So there's a unique opportunity that the blockchain facilitates. It's a technology that allows things to be accomplished that simply couldn't be done before. So we're very fortunate to have the ability to leverage this brand new technology in a unique way for the construction industry.
100%. You are so in the right place. I mean,
well, the construction industry is uniquely inefficient. You know, there's been several charts shown from McKinsey about how other manufacturers have increased their productivity, and not only has the construction industry not increased, it's actually decreased. So it's a situation where we need to address that inefficiency.
So the industry is ripe for improvement and disruption, and thanks to companies like yours, the BuilderChain, you know, you're poised to do that. When did BuilderChain launch?
Well, we're still in the beta mode right now. We're going to launch officially at the International Builder Show in Las Vegas. That's in February 19th.
Okay.
It's a fairly large show, has over 100,000 people in attendance. And we have a booth there, and we'll be making some presentations.
That's great. What a wonderful place to officially launch. What are some of the things that you are learning as you build out in this beta phase?
Well, we're excited about the opportunity. The industry has always been reluctant to evolve as quickly as other industries have been. And so we've looked at what type of opportunity where we can have an immediate and clearly beneficial impact. So we're starting out with payment rails, and specifically how construction loan funds or investment funds are distributed during a construction project. And right now it's been done basically the same way it's always been done with the traditional accounts payable type operations. And we're confident our technology will allow us to pay subcontractors and suppliers within 24 hours after their work gets approved on the construction project. And we're doing this with a commitment token that has certain characteristics about it. Tokens are basically a digital form of money. But unique to digital currency is they can be assigned parameters and state that traditional money can't be. So when we issue these commitment tokens, they're basically a carve out of the construction loan or the investment itself. It's a guarantee. But unique to our commitment token is that it can be assigned parameters for specific use. And in our case, in the construction world, those tokens get assigned to a specific project. And then when the general contractor can actually pass his commitment tokens that he's received that reflect the construction loan onto the subcontractors and suppliers on a pro rata basis. And so not only does the general contractor have this guarantee of funds, but also does the subcontractors downstream. And likewise, even the subcontractors themselves can take a certain amount of those commitment tokens and pass those forward onto the manufacturers or the suppliers, or even their direct construction labor themselves. So now an individual construction worker can get guaranteed that he's going to work on a project. He has the funds already in place. They can't be spent because in the case of our commitment token, it has 3 states. It has committed state, approved state, and paid state. So they receive these tokens in the committed state, And when the project manager approves payment for a specific task, that subcontractor or any of his payees that he may afford these tokens to gets paid instantaneously. So effectively, the funds kind of skip over the top of the general contractor and go directly to the recipients, the suppliers and the subcontractors to the construction project. Now, we don't take any authority away from the general contractor. He still defines the project. He still defines the task. He still assigns the vendors to the task. And he still determines the budget for each task. But we give the project manager a mobile application, and when he hits the payment button, the funds flow as a micro draw versus a traditional construction loan milestone type draw. It flows as a micro draw to the subcontractors themselves immediately. So this will eliminate the need for a general contractor from having an accounts payable department anymore.
Wow.
So it's not only a big gain to the efficiency of the whole secondary organizations, it's really an offset of their traditional cost. Likewise, we're replacing the draw department in the lender, and we're replacing the accounts receivable department in the subcontractor supply. They don't have to worry about a receivable anymore. They have a carve out or a guarantee from the construction loan itself now. And so those funds are allocated and guaranteed to them in a tokenized manner, and it allows them to operate in a much lower risk environment for a construction project.
That's key.
Yes.
If obviously when you are in beta and launching something in an industry that is ripe for disruption, there's some key learnings. What are you learning on this path? What has been maybe the biggest surprise to you?
Well, I don't know if it was a surprise, but the construction industry is a little slow to evolve, apparently. That's maybe why they have the lowest productivity in the country compared to other manufacturers. So, but I think since technology's had such an incredible impact over the last 10 years, they realize they can't avoid it now.
Right.
And when you apply technology, not simply for technology's sake, but for some kind of real, tangible value. In our case, these commitment tokens are changing how subcontractors get paid. Instead of getting paid once a week or once every 2 weeks or once a month, they get paid within 24 hours of them completing the work or delivering the merchandise to the construction project. And they get paid 5 days a week. If they finish 2 things in one day, they get paid for both of them on the same day.
Wow.
So it really has a dramatic impact on the cash flow of these subcontractors and suppliers. And I just shared a story this morning about when the 2008-2009 crisis hit, Carrier Air Conditioning almost went out of business because they were carrying so many subcontractors' accounts.
Oh, wow.
And they not only, a lot of them failed, almost all of them failed at the same time. So, and so when that kind of situation happens, we're really de-risking even the manufacturers upstream from that exposure of the funds not being available when they actually deliver on their commitment and deliver equipment or whatever requirements may be for the construction project.
I'm learning so much here at Built Tech Week. Every guest that we've had sit in the hot seat, I'm just like, oh man, taking all kinds of mental notes. How can we support you as a community, both in Atlanta and globally?
Well, at the end of the day, we want this to be a benefit to everyone in the construction industry. So really, it's about getting the story, the message out.
Right.
And it's there we look at it as a win-win-win for all parties. Well, how wonderful that is. It's not a zero-sum game. With the commitment token, and then we have a validation token I haven't talked about before, but it's a win for the lender.
Right.
We de-risked his and streamlined his efficiency. We've de-risked the general contractor, and we've de-risked the subcontractor, and even the secondary people that support the subcontractor, like suppliers and even the construction labor, direct construction labor itself. So we see that as a unique business model that really couldn't been achieved prior to blockchain type technology.
So if people want to connect with you after watching this segment, what is the best way for them to do that? A website, LinkedIn perhaps?
They can reach me at my email address.
Okay.
It's don@builderchain.io.
Okay.
We also have a website at that address as well. And we love to hear from people. We're a construction network, so we embrace any and all ideas. It's all about bringing everyone together to create the next generation of construction efficiencies.
Wonderful. Well, Don Bowden, thank you so much for being here, for your time, for all that you're doing, and we look forward to helping you celebrate your launch.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the time.